Ross. We're always keeping an eye on Nikita Kucherov.
Goodness. What a goal by Nikita Kucherov!
What in the world can you say about Connor Hellebuyck?
And what a save by Connor Hellebuyck.
The hardest thing to do for a forward in the NHL is score goals. And nobody has done it at the rate that Auston Matthews has.
Auston Matthews strikes again. Matthews scores! Matthews scores! Auston Matthews! Holy mackerel!
Welcome in, everybody, to the 2023-24 NHL Regular Season Awards Show. I'm Catherine Tappan alongside 14-year NHL veteran Jason Demers. Each year, 3 awards are given out at the end of the regular season. The Art Ross Trophy for the top point scorer in the league, the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy given to the leading goal scorer, and the William M. Jennings Trophy given out to the goalie or the goalies who allowed the fewest goals for their team in the regular season. We're going to hand out those awards in a moment, but first, JD, this NHL regular season was filled with incredible storylines and major accomplishments really right from the get-go.
I mean, chock full. It was, there's too many to count.
Yeah.
I mean, off the top of my head, I can hit you with Connor Bedard just becoming a superstar right out of the gate. Connor McDavid having another incredible year. The year that Nathan MacKinnon had. Just the Art Ross race as a whole was absolutely incredible.
So
Came down to the wire. And even just everything. The goal, obviously, Connor Hellebuyck. He keeps his stud-like performance from year over year, just incredible. And obviously Patrick Kane returning to Chi-Town.
That was awesome.
Oh my God, nostalgia to the max.
Yeah, let's take a look back at a truly memorable 2023-24 NHL regular season.
The atmosphere in this building, a great story here in Vegas. A Stanley Cup banner reaches the Raptors.
And with the first overall selection, the Chicago Blackhawks are very proud to select Connor Bedard.
Matthews scores! It's number 300! Scores! It's a hat-trick on opening night! Getting it back to Matthews. Bertuzzi in front. Matthews scores! It's back-to-back hat-trick! Oh, he scores! He bats it in! Tim Stutz! He's going for the empty net! Bouncing towards the goal! He scores! You have witnessed history!
For Bedard down low. Bedard across style scores!
Takes it in behind the net. Svechnikov with us.
This
is one of the most incredible goals I have ever seen.
I don't believe what I just saw. Ovechkin in his face. A shot. Scott! The 30th of the season for the 18th time in Alex Ovechkin's career. And now scores! Matthews has 69. Look at him go! Nate Dogg scores! Sends it across and a glove save by Fleury. Can only shake his head. Shutout for Fleury for 5:52.
Second all-time passes Patrick Roy.
Oliver Markov off his stick. Markov trying to settle it down in front. And they McDavid, what a spin. The recovery. The shot to score. Connor McDavid. It's not real. What a goal. Quinton Byfield.
Ready to take the Battle of Alberta outside the Flames and Oilers in the Heritage Classic from sold-out Commonwealth Stadium.
It's just a great celebration, and couldn't be in a better location than here in the epicenter of the game.
There's the most media, the most attention, fan lineup. It's been a really amazing start to the weekend.
And there it is. $1 million shot.
It has been a fantastic weekend for Toronto and for the National Hockey League.
Number 68, Jaromir Jagr. Look at this. Look at this. Up center ice. It's Patrick Kane in Chicago. The story is complete on Kane's return to Chicago.
Chris Letang, 6 assists, a record-setting game.
16 wins in a row.
Crosby's out there, he's got the puck. And Sidney Crosby has 1,000 assists.
Welcome to the 2024 NHL Winter Classic in Seattle, Washington, featuring the Vegas Golden Knights and the Seattle Kraken.
70,000+ people here. You're going to hear the noise. You're going to feel that energy. And that's going to be the fun part about it all.
This big crowd ready to go. Thanks for showing up. It was amazing. Sorry.
These games are different. They just feel different. There's an edge to them, and this is going to be awesome.
And Aaron! And it's in the net. Will it count? We have a good goal on the ice. There it is. 100 assists. Connor McDavid. Nikita Kucherov joins NHL royalty.
I'm just going to salute this crowd here tonight at Mullet Arena.
Hockey players and the family of hockey is just different.
I mean, right? Just an incredible season, JD. Night after night, there was something big happening from rookies to seasoned vets. I mean, unbelievable. It was such a fun recap there to watch all the great highlights. What was your favorite?
I mean, close with the Kucherov, McDavid, both going for 100 assists and getting it. But obviously, I have to, just poetic, Patrick Kane in Chicago, breakaway, overtime. Does he score? Of course he does. And just a beautiful Sally after going through that surgery. And I mean, I couldn't ask for a better finish for a return to Chicago like him, because that building, when it's rocking, is absolutely incredible. So, but what is yours?
Vintage Patrick Kane. You kind of stole it from me. I like that moment too. I'm going to go 1A for me. It's always one of the highlights of the NHL season is always the Winter Classic. I love bringing in the new year with an outdoor game. There's so much energy and passion. We get fans that don't usually watch hockey chiming in and tuning in and wanting to see what it's all about. And having it in Seattle this year, you know, the brand new franchise for the Kraken, getting an outdoor game, that passionate fan base, the way they mix in the local flair of Seattle. I just loved it. It was awesome.
And the fish toss.
And the fish toss,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
well, hey, you mentioned him, Nikita Kucherov, the winner of the Art Ross Trophy. We're going to talk about the historic season he had for the Tampa Bay Lightning when the 2023-24 NHL regular season awards show continues. Welcome back, everybody, to the 2023-24 NHL regular season awards show. The Art Ross Trophy is awarded to the player with the most points in a season. And this year, the race for this award came down to the very end of the season, with Nikita Kucherov of the Tampa Bay Lightning capturing his second Art Ross Trophy. And in doing so, set a franchise record with 144 points.
Let's look at the past winners the past 8 years. Just dominated by the Edmonton Oilers and Tampa Bay. Kucherov this year edging out the top spot, and he joins an elite list of players with 100 or more assists in a season. Only 3 players have ever done it before this year, and Nikita Kucherov and Connor McJesus both did it this year to join the list.
Yeah, remarkable. And just for reference as to how impressive his numbers were, the 144 points that he had this season was 54 more points than Braden Point, who was second on the Lightning with 90. That is the largest gap between a leader in points and second place on a team in 24 years.
Incredible.
Let's take a look back at the right winger's remarkable season.
We're always keeping an eye on Nikita Kucherov.
I think he is the most cerebral of that elite sector of players we're talking about.
The Art Ross, it looks like Kucherov is starting to pull away.
Kucherov scores! The first goal of the NHL season. Kucherov scores! What a goal by Nikita Kucherov!
Kucherov is the kind of guy who's doing most of his damage when he's barely moving.
Scores! 300th goal of his career. Another milestone hit by Nikita Kucherov.
He wants 100 assists.
Great pass, backhand and score! Oh, turnover to Kucherov, drops it off, they score! And you can make it 99 assists for Nikita Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov, 100 assists, only the 5th ever to do it.
I mean, look at this top 5 points leaders this year from this season. I mean, unbelievable. You got Pastrnak and Panarin rounding out the back, but what a race it was between McKinnon and Kucherov. I know McDavid kind of bowed out a little bit at the end, but it came down to the wire with Nikita and Nate Dogg.
Yeah, and it was fun every night talking about it, wondering who was going to step aside and get that mark. But, you know, Kucherov set career highs in goals, points, and assists this year. And by the way, factored into 50% of the Lightning's goals. He was instrumental in helping the Lightning clinch a playoff spot for their 7th consecutive year. Let's take a closer look at Kucherov's numbers from our NHL Edge data. And what stands out to you most here, JD?
I mean, I love the offensive zone, 45.9% for people at home. It is anytime he's on the ice, their team has the puck in the O-zone 45.9% of the time versus the rest. If you can see those numbers, the puck's on a stick, the offense runs through him. And as a winger, it's so incredibly impressive.
Very impressive indeed. All right, coming up, we hand out the second regular season award, the William M. Jennings Trophy, to Connor Hellebuyck of the Winnipeg Jets for giving up the fewest goals in the regular season for his team. Stay with us. Welcome back to the 2023-24 NHL regular season awards show. As we talked about, the race for the Art Ross Trophy was tight to the very end. But so was the competition for the William M. Jennings Award, handed out to the goalie or goalies that gave up the fewest goals for their team. Connor Hellebuyck took the trophy by a mere 1 point over Florida's Sergei Bobrovsky. That is the closest margin in 9 years, JD.
What a race. I mean, what a year. Again, we go back to it. Just an amazing year, capped off with this goaltending battle. And I mean, in nets, you're on an island.
Yeah.
It's the puck against you, and just an amazing season by Connor.
Yeah, it certainly was. Hellebuyck was 37-19-4 with a .239 goals against average. Just incredible numbers. Here's a quick glimpse at the season for the 9-year Winnipeg Jets goalie.
What in the world can you say about Connor Hellebuyck? Commerce, Michigan, stand up for this national treasure.
Nice stop there by Hellebuyck. His best of the game. Big stop by Hellebuyck. Wide right leg save by Connor Hellebuyck.
That is unbelievable, stretching out to keep that out of the net.
The identity piece of that team, what he's been able to do, always in the Vezina conversation over the last several years.
And what a save by Connor Hellebuyck.
They did go 35 games with 3 goals or less, which is incredible.
When he's on top of his game, he is as good as anyone.
If Hellebuyck got a piece of that, it's the save of the year. He's not even facing the puck, he's falling backwards.
These stats are hard to do, and this team has taken that identity and ran with it.
Saved by Hellebuyck, rebound, save on the goal line by Scheifele.
So many different categories there in the top 5, but perhaps the most important in goals against and the William Jennings Trophy.
Let's take a look at these stats from your 2023-24 William M. Jennings Trophy winner, Connor Hellebuyck. I mean, unbelievable numbers at save percentage, .921. Goals against average, 2.39. With that defensive structure of that Winnipeg Jets team, look out.
Yeah, look out indeed. A humongous reason for their success this season.
All right, let's welcome in Connor Hellebuyck, Laurent Brossoit. Thanks for being here, boys. How we doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. First things first, I have to say I love what you did, Connor, because I'm a huge believer in the William Jennings Trophy is both goaltenders. I think you guys had a hell of a season. So talk to me a little bit about why having Lauren here with you, and also what does the William Jennings Trophy mean to you guys?
Yeah, it's so important to have him here because he was, I think, a bigger part of it than I was. He's got a harder role than I have. He doesn't get as much rhythm, and he's got to be ready every night. That being said, I mean, I know it's a good team award, and we could have our entire team and coaching staff here, but this guy sitting next to me, he's a big part of it, and he belongs on that trophy just as much as I do.
No, I'm flattered, and honestly, I just came on. I just wanted to be on the call just to congratulate Helly on the achievement for the most part. But no, it's nice to contribute, and Helly said it best. I think it's a team award, and we couldn't have done it without the rest of the players.
You've talked about this before, that you're big and boring in the net, and that's kind of the reason you can play so many games and seem like you never get tired. So for you, like, is that your style? Is that something that you've worked on, or is it something that it's just always been with you?
Yeah, I had definitely developed that. As I was progressing through the ranks, I would always watch older goalies. And I really think I learned my game based on their flaws, or at least what I saw was a flaw. I wasn't for them, but what I saw was a flaw in their game, which really started to simplify things for me. And when I got to college, I had a really good mindset of where I wanted to go, and then I had met a coach that really simplified things even more for me. And ever since then, I've kind of just expanded on that base.
I've spent a lot of time watching Helly play, so I've taken a lot of elements of his game and implemented it into my own. And the thing about Helly's game is, in goaltending in general, it's hard to sometimes assess the guys that are very efficient. It doesn't really wow you all the time. You can make pretty difficult saves look pretty easy, and sometimes to assess a performance like that is difficult. So I've been watching for a long time, and I've now tried to implement a lot of the stuff that he does, and I realize the difficulty, how difficult it is to get to a point where you can make things look easy. And so my hat's off to him. He's figured out that formula early in his career, and I feel like I'm just slowly getting there myself, and So I've been very, very grateful to have been able to, if I'm going to sit back and watch a lot of games, and I'm, obviously grateful that it was, watching the best in the league.
Hey, listen, thanks so much for your time, boys. I appreciate it. And again, congratulations, Connor, but both you on winning the William M. Jennings Trophy. Thanks, boys. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One person that made it look easy getting it past the goalies was Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He started the year with back-to-back hat tricks and finished the year on the verge of history. He's up next with the Rocket Richard Trophy as the NHL regular season awards show continues. Welcome back to the 2023-24 NHL regular season awards show. JD, we are going from the top goalie in the league to the top goal scorer in the league. Austin Matthews, who claimed his third Rocket Richard Trophy. Not only did he lead the league in goals, but he came only one shy of that coveted 70-goal mark.
I mean, 69 goals was a franchise record for Toronto, and he finished 12 goals ahead of Florida's Sam Reinhart. Largest gap since Alex Ovechkin in 2007, 2008. And that's all a credit to his ability to find open space on the ice. And like we said, his office is the whole offensive zone. Yeah. It's not just one spot.
No, it is definitely not. He certainly made it look easy, too, from start to finish. Let's take a look at the season that the 8-year Maple Leafs veteran had.
The hardest thing to do for a forward in the NHL is score goals. And nobody has done it at the rate that Austin Matthews has.
It's must-see TV.
It's a hat-trick on opening night. Back-to-back hat-tricks for 34.
He is the best goal scorer in the game.
He is unconscious right now. This guy is on another level.
Austin Matthews strikes again. Matthews scores! Matthews scores! Austin Matthews! Holy mackerel! Number 50 for Austin Matthews. There it is! Number 60!
These are numbers that should not happen. The most goals in a single season by an NHL player since Mario Lemieux scored 69.
What a season it's been for Austin Matthews.
And Austin Matthews' brilliant season comes to a close with 69 goals and 107 points.
These top 5 goal scorers from this 2023-24 regular season. I mean, 4 guys over 50 goals, but none over 60 other than Austin Matthews. I mean, what an incredible season for goal scoring.
Yeah, it really was. It was fun to watch all these guys on the ice every single night. You knew something magical was going to happen, and Austin just takes home the prize.
Well, now let's welcome the Rocket Richard Trophy winner, my man, Austin Matthews. What's up, buddy? And the first question I got to ask you before we get going is, did you gift anything to the guys for setting you up all year?
What's up, JD? Good to see you, man. Throughout the season, I may or may not have had a couple team gifts for the fellas, maybe a little extra incentive to find me out there. But we got a special group of guys and love being around these guys every day, and just a lot of fun coming to the rink and competing.
Yeah, man, your third Rocket Richard Trophy, you seem to get better every year, your goal scoring, you find new techniques. What's this one mean to you in terms of the other ones that you won?
It means a lot, obviously. Like, it's very, humbling to, be in that conversation and win any league award. And, I feel fortunate to play on a great team with some great players. And, it's definitely not an individual accomplishment by any means, but, it means a lot. Now, I think it's easy to kind of push it to the back of your mind and enjoy it for a little bit, but obviously moving on to bigger and more important things.
Now, the Toronto fans, passionate fan base, such a rich culture. You're a West Coast boy playing there. What's it mean to you, 8 years in Toronto? What's it mean to you putting on that jersey and playing for that organization in that city?
It means the world, obviously. Like you said, this being my 8th season, it's still, putting on the jersey every night. It's I still get the same feeling of when I was drafted to the team. It's and even maybe more so now, just kind of knowing the history and being around it and seeing everything from in the practice rink and just all the rich history that the organization has and has gone through. And it means a lot. And obviously to have the support from the fan base and, just Leafs Nation. And, we travel so well all across the world, really.
Well, everybody in Leafs Nation ourselves included, saw you at the start of the year go back-to-back hat tricks. When you kind of had those two, you're like, I'm never going to stop scoring. I might get 100 this year. What was like going through your mind?
I don't know. Honestly, like I really don't like to maybe not get too far ahead of myself, but like you got to kind of treat the ups and downs. I just try to stay even keeled and not get too high emotionally or too low. And every day is a new day. Each game brings a new challenge and a new set of circumstances. So obviously, I love the score, and those first two games were exciting. But I knew it was going to happen every single game, and I knew it's hard to obviously sustain that and just try to play as consistently as I can each night, and give it my all and just go out there and have fun.
Everybody's drawing comparisons to Gretzky's record. Ovi's going to have a shot at it. To you, how special would it be? And is that in your brain at all? Being the competitor you are, like, yeah, I'm going to get Gretz right now. Not really. I think, obviously my number one most important, important job, the goal that, we're all after, all 32 teams, every single guy in the league is, trying to win a Stanley Cup, and that's at the front of my mind, and that's what I'm, working towards and going after every single day. And I don't love talking about it because I just think it kind of, with what Ovi's done and how close he is, like I think, I don't like taking the kind of the shine away from him and what he's been able to do and what he's done for the league, and kind of paved the way for other players coming in. And with him being so close, I think it's unbelievable. And it's crazy to think that a guy in this league scored 840 goals in his career and is closing in on arguably the greatest player of all time. We'll see, but I think that's still a ways away from even being a possibility. And I'll just kind of keep it in the back of my mind and just continue to press along here. Like, you talk back of your mind, like, is the back of your mind how my fit looks right now, and are you judging it? And why didn't you dress up for me right now, knowing that it was me interviewing you?
I didn't know it was you interviewing me until 5 minutes ago, or else I would have thrown on a bow tie right with you.
I had to rock it just a little bit. I just wanted to throw a little swag for my boy. Hey, Mats, man, congratulations. It's incredible. Keep rolling right now. I expect big things from you boys, and just so proud to see what you're doing, man, all the hard work you put in. So just congrats on your Rocket Richard trophy.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, JD. It's good to see you, man.
Well, as a reminder, the NHL will be handing out the remaining awards, the Norris, Vezina, Calder, Lindsay, and the Hart trophies, live in Las Vegas on June 27th on ESPN. Congratulations once again to Nikita Kucherov, Austin Matthews, and Connor Hellebuyck for claiming the NHL's 3 regular season awards. For Jason Demers, I'm Catherine Tappan. Thanks again for watching the NHL Regular Season Awards Show.